is it okay to work out while I'm intermittent fasting? So 30 to 60 minutes of cardio. Or is it okay to do strength training while I'm intermittent fasting if I'm not going to eat for 3 to 4 hours after the workout?
All right, so I have a maybe competing thoughts on this, and that's okay because there's different ways of looking at everything, and I'm okay with being on both sides of the fence. Yes, it is super duper okay to work out when you intermittent fast. In fact, I work out every morning. My workout starts out at 5:30 a.m. every morning. That's my routine. The reason I work out in the morning, and it's not because I like getting up super early, is because I'm almost trying to time my workout to my cortisol response in my body, right? In the morning when we're waking up, our cortisol levels start to rise and they get higher and higher and higher. We wake up and then they start to trail off throughout the day. So one of the bad things you can do for your sleep is work out super late at night right before you're going to go to bed, because workout is going to produce additional stress on your body, and that's going to induce a stress response, which is going to raise cortisol levels, which you don't want to be high at night. You want them to be low right before you're going to bed. So working out in the morning in a fasted state when cortisol levels are high is a good way to time your workout for the rest of your day so that you're not driving cortisol levels up late into the day.
And is that because cortisol is a steroid hormone?
It's just because it's part of the stress response. I mean, I don't know, like from a steroid perspective, people hear steroids and they think I'm going to get jacked. Like it's a muscle building response. And cortisol has a role to play in that, but that's not the reason I time my workout. It's mostly for the sleep aspects of it, and it's convenient for my day. So working out fasted versus unfasted, there's a lot of schools of thought on that. I think it's totally fine to work out in a fasted state. You do want to feed your body something, sometime after you've worked out so that your body has amino acids and material and energy substrates to repair the stress that you have put on your body. But you don't have to gobble down, a 16-ounce chocolate milk and a protein shake at the same time to get that, get the positive benefits of working out and then having the meal a little bit later in the day. So I typically work out at 5:30. My workout's over at 6:30, and I don't eat until 11:30, and I'm still putting on muscle. Now, part of the question was, does it matter if I'm doing cardio or strength training? I would recommend strength training to anybody that can do strength training over cardio. There's a couple of reasons for that. Chronic cardio is a chronic stressor. There are tons of studies out there that show that ultra marathoners, people who do triathlons all of their life have shorter lifespans. Chronic stress leads to a shorter lifespan. Chronic cardio leads to chronic stress. Strength training will build muscles and just leads to a host of benefits. It improves your hormone levels, it improves your insulin sensitivity, and it, in fact, one of the markers of once you reach, I think it's like 70 years old, is of a marker of how healthy you are is leg strength. Can you stand up from the toilet? It sounds strange,
it sounds
but it
crazy.
is a way to measure how healthy somebody is and how long they will be able to live alone.
Yes. When
without help.
When I went through my personal training certification, there was a chapter on how do you assess strength in the elderly, and there is a test where you have them sit down in a chair and you watch them get up.
Right. So it is a leading indicator of lifespan, just leg strength in general. So putting stress on your musculature and your skeleton will lead to a lot of benefits, including an extended lifespan. That doesn't mean that there's no room for cardio. There is absolutely room for cardio in your workout, just not chronic cardio. If all you're doing is running and running and running and running and running, you're missing out on the weight the strength benefits of weightlifting and doing other body weight movement things. Like, it doesn't always have to be with weights. You can do pull-ups, you can use bands, you can
do yoga, you can do Pilates. There's so many different things out there.
right.
Bar. I mean, those things look easy. If you watch a video, they look easy, but try them. I mean, bar and Pilates are some of the hardest workouts I've ever done.
Right.
And yoga too. I mean, the balance and the core strength. I mean,
Yeah.
not everybody has to belong to a CrossFit gym.
Yeah. Being able to run a marathon is amazing, but it's not what humans are built for. We're not built for long endurance activities like that. We've never in our history had to run from town to town. We would walk from town to town. If we had to run, it was a dead sprint because something was chasing us. So we are built to, have those spurts of energy and then, tune it back down. But this chronic cardio thing is probably, it's interesting and it's fun, and it's cool to watch people do those really difficult things, but it's really hard on the body as well. They have joint pains. I actually have one of my workout buddies who's just had hip surgery, and she runs the cross country program for one of the clubs in our town. She's in good shape, but she's ruined her hips because of all of the running that she does. So I would say that yes, it is good, it is okay, it is advised to work out during an intermittent fast, and lean towards more strength training. Always incorporate cardio and mix in a lot of other things too, like we said, yoga and bar and Pilates, things that challenge your body in different ways.